Wood, Wire, and Watts, and I'm here with you today doing our very first gear demo. We recently featured Eddie Rifkind on our show to talk about the Karen pedal, which is right here in front of me. We'll get some close-ups in the overview as we're demoing them. We're gonna be focused on that today. But I'll first run you kind of through my setup here and show you what we're working with. I wanted to keep it like pretty basic, kind of gear that a lot of people might use, just so that it was like a very clean and like straightforward demo of the pedal. So that said, I am using my Old Faithful Strat, which I've had for half of my life probably. I bought this new in, well, I'm not going to tell you because that was a long time ago. We're running Strat. We are using the DSM Humboldt Simplifier as the amp, and that's just to give you a really like a little truer representation of the pedals. I am in a small room in here, and I didn't want to like cloud the sound with the space that I'm in or any of that. So Simplifier, I have it set to the kind of amp that I would typically use, and I know a lot of people do. It's just set to a small Fender combo sound with a 112 cab. This is not a digital version of like kind of an amp in a box. This is actually all analog. So there's no speaker impulses, but they get a pretty good representation of that kind of sound. So we have that. I am using a TC Electronic Hall of Fame just to put a little bit of reverb, and that's in the effects loop. I just have it set to a plate setting with just a touch of it, just to give you a sense of space. And it's really hard for me to play without some reverb on. And after that, going into the Karen, and then into the Earthquaker Devices Plumes, which is a very flexible version of a Ibanez Tube Screamer. I like it a lot. It's on my board all the time. And the Karen actually at this point is as well. So we're going to use, in this demo, we're using the Karen as kind of a lead boost for the clean sound, and then also a way to push the plumes to get a little bit more grit and dirt out of it. Make it break up a little bit more for like a solo or for a heavier part. All right. That being said, I'll first give you the clean tone. All right, so that's clean tone. The only thing on right there is, again, the Hall of Fame, just giving me a little bit of reverb. It's a plate setting on it. All right, so that is clean tone. Now we are going to kick in the Karen on its own, so you can hear what it sounds like just pushing a Fender style amp that's set pretty cleanly. Right now I have the Karen with the tone control, tone stack off. So this, just to give you a quick rundown, the Karen is a boost pedal, but it also has a two-band EQ, and I'm going to say it wrong because I always do, but it's a two-style backsandal EQ. Basically, you have a treble and a bass, and they're kind of interactive. So we're going to start with it off, so you're just hearing just the gain push. All right, so here is the Karen on. So that is the Karen no tone control on. Let's kick in the tone control and have it set like right up the middle for now. And you won't hear a ton of difference until we actually start boosting or cutting those a bit. So now we're gonna play with that a little bit. We're gonna turn just to give you a huge range of what it does. We're gonna turn the EQ stacks both all the way up there. So now let's kick off the Karen for a minute, and to just give you an idea of where the plumes is set in reference to the amp. And this is kind of just plumes with everything up the center and in mode 2. So again, it's a tube screamer, basically. This is just the plumes. All right, so anyways, that's plume sound. So let's kick in the Karen then and see. First, tone control off, and we are going to see what it looks like to kick in the Karen into the plumes just as a boost. First time doing these, man, it's a little difficult to not accidentally play something that will get you fined in some way for copyright infringement. It's amazing how much that stuff falls into your playing when you're not paying attention. So yeah. So that was the Karen into the plumes with just the boost. Now we have the Karen into the plumes with the tone stack on. So she's going to take that tone with us now, and we're going to get a little bit more drive, a little bit more push, and you'll definitely hear a tone change. It definitely gets starts getting that creamy kind of sustaining drive. It's not screamy heavy metal stuff, but it's got a nice crunch, nice breakup, and it's definitely adding some sustain. let's turn the tone stack all the way off and see what it does to the tone. It's going to get a little hollow, I think. Sorry, it's not off. That's the tone. This is the tone stack turned all the way down, which is going to give you a completely different color, I think. Let's see. So that's with that all the way off. Now let's see with the tone turned all the way back up, and let's give Karen all that she's got. And give her all that she's got. Here's an example of the Karen, everything full up, no plumes, no tube screamer sound. So this is just Karen into a Fender with the reverb. So it gets you. It's definitely getting you breakup out of the amp. It's not super dirty, but definitely usable tone. You know, if you're going for like a. So if you're going just from the boost, you know, boost side of it, you can go from like no boost clean, and then turn the boost on just to get a little breakup. If you're doing kind of a loud, soft thing in a song. Lastly, let's see how much we can get out of it. Let's crank everything up. Get the tube screamer sound cranked up. punch it with the Karen, and you can start getting some. Definitely get some, definitely heavy rock out of it if you really need to. All right, we're gonna give it just a little bit more reverb now. See what kind of smooth, soulful kind of stuff we can get out of it. Blooms again, and it's a big long modulated reverb with just the Karen pushing as much as it can on the Fender sound. So here's an example of this is an example of kind of how the Karen on its own. This is direct in. Again, I have everything on the Karen kind of dimed at this point, and we're gonna just play with how it reacts to volume control on the Strat. So that's full on. Now we're gonna just back it off like about 1. Now we've got it backed off about 2. There it is all the way up. But if I back it up just a little bit, cleans up a ton. So you can use this as a, and that's no pick. So you can play it, just backed off a little bit. extra when you got a little lick coming in. So let's Karen full up, Strat volume at about 8 out of 10, and we're gonna play just kind of some rhythmic stuff, and then use our pinky to grab the Strat volume up and use that, and just the Karen is the thing pushing it. So. Ton of color just by playing with the volume if you got this thing cranked, and it'll react the same way with the some degree with the plumes. Although we're going to turn the reverb down a little bit first. So this is again the plumes with the Karen cranked, and we're going to just play with the volume on the guitar a little bit. So that was going between a volume of 5 and 10 on the Strat, and you could tell we went from being just a little bit of grit and like where the amp is starting to break up to where the amp is starting to like sputter out a bit because it's so much. So yeah, super useful. So I guess we'll use it in context for a second, and then I'll probably call it a wrap. So I'll play a little riff from my band, Adam Baker and the Heartache. This is a song we wrote with them a long time ago. It's called B-Side. It's a little heavier, so I'm gonna use it like have this dialed back just a little bit, and then crank it up when it gets to like the real heavy part. So. All right, guys, I think that's a wrap for today. Again, this is Adam from Woodwire and Watts. Thanks for joining us for our first pedal demo. They will only get better from here. I hope you'll join us on our regular podcast, which is on Tuesdays, with usually promos airing on Fridays. You can check it all out at woodwirewatts.com. That'll give you links to anywhere you want to listen to this stuff. Thank you again. Have a good day, and don't forget, don't use that tone with me.